This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Green Bay Packers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
The first throw, here's Winston. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jameis going to look to throw right away. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. First carry for Josh Jacobs. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And it's caught. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway. A key.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. This defense for the Packers, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do...
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Murray now to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Murray and company going for it on 4th. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of them.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Jameis to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Winston. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Murray now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
York able to send this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Caleb Farley there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Winston. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He'll go up top here for Hamler. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 69 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mostert trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll run with Mostert, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Raheem Mostert hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. Not no good. He missed it. Missed the PAT, and this will remain a 5-point game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
From the 41, Winston. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd down and 2.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On second down, Jacobs. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the red zone now, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that one not being picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Titans force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 16, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Jacobs is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So a nice kick there as they're able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Murray going to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, they wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around the finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see. And they'll call that one every time.
Play fake. Winston. Touchdown, Packers. T.J. Hockenson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Play fake. Murray. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense...
Times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there.
And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather them.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Murray looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. To throw, it's Murray. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Jacobs from the gun. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Titans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And he'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Now a give to Mostert running right. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. A 1st down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Winston here to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. 4th down, Winston. And now here is another interception. And the Titans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And that'll be caught by Tony. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Winston. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now Winston on 4th down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. So